Well, Mark, the 24-year-old has had 6 surgeries and was in the hospital for 17 days. His family says they called the police to protect them and never imagined this would happen.
I can't even. I just don't know what was going on.
Anthony Maclin is still in shock. He was shot numerous times by IMPD officers while sitting in a rental car in his grandmother's driveway around 4 a.m. on New Year's Eve.
Right shoulder, lower rib, and then this arm here and out. This arm, I still have bullets that are still inside of me that sometimes I feel like causes pain with breathing.
What's good, YouTube? Welcome to Visible Truth Media. I'm your host, Dirty God. Today we have a story about a man named Anthony Maclin. He was 24 years old in Indianapolis. IMPD shot him while he was in his grandmother's driveway. No, he didn't aim the gun at him. No, he wasn't threatening. They just shot him because they were untrained and they were scared and they were terrible officers. We're gonna jump straight into it. But before we do, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And when you do, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date when we do new videos, man. So look, check it out. Indianapolis, IMPD released body cam footage of the police shooting that left a man injured on New Year's Eve. The footage released is an edited version of the video from 3 officers' body cameras. Anthony Maclin, 24, was sitting in his grandmother's driveway in the 3600th block of North Oxford Street when officers shot him. Maclin's grandmother, Vicky Driver, called 911 around 4 a.m. saying a black car was in her driveway, but she didn't want to go out to see who was inside. "I didn't know if it was one of my kids. I don't know," she said during the 911 call. When officers arrived, Maclin was asleep, and they pointed out he has a gun in his lap. Video shows an officer try to open the doors to the car, but it was locked. According to the critical incident video, officers waited around 3 minutes before knocking on the passenger side window. When Maclin woke up and started to move, the officers started shooting. IMPD previously identified the officers as 4-year veteran Lucas Riley, 3-year veteran Alexander Gregory, and 5-year veteran Carl Chandler. Video shows the officers yelling "police, hands up" over each other. Less than 5 seconds later, they started firing shots. The shots lasted approximately 7 seconds. Driver can then be heard in the background shouting, "That's my grandson." Officers shout at Maclin to get on the ground as his grandmother continues to tell them it's her grandson. After Maclin is out of the car, officers put handcuffs on him and he can be heard saying, "You gotta get me up, you gotta help me." In the video, IMPD claims Maclin reached over towards the passenger seat before they started shooting, while officers can be heard acknowledging the gun in Maclin's lap when they first arrived. IMPD claims none of the cameras provided a clear view of the position of the gun after the man woke up and moved his arm. While officers were providing aid, Maclin explains he didn't call his grandmother because he just didn't want to wake her up. Police recovered a 9mm handgun from the front seat, and Maclin was never arrested. IMPD's critical incident response team is investigating the incident. The department's internal affairs unit is conducting a separate investigation. Maclin's attorney sent a tort claim notice, which claims they are considering to sue the Indianapolis leaders. According to Maclin's attorneys, the officers fired at least 30 shots, hitting the man 3 times. Maclin was hospitalized for 17 days and underwent 6 surgeries. His attorney said, while not being able to work for at least 3 months, he still uses a wheelchair. Maclin said he still has bullets inside of him and feels pain, especially in his rib cage. Maclin's attorneys also claimed he never had his gun in his hand. Anthony is not committing any crime. He was not driving drunk or high on drugs. While Anthony had a firearm in the car, he also had a license to carry that firearm. He never reached for the gun, said his attorney. Now, his family also made a statement. In their statement, they had said, the video footage released by the police confirms the officers had no plan whatsoever before surrounding the car with their guns drawn. Why not use other safer methods to wake them up from a distance? As a result of this lack of training and planning and communication, when they awoke Anthony, he moved, something that anyone would do when they're starting to wake up. All 3 officers panicked and started shouting at the same time from various positions around the car. One or more officers screamed "police" while another officer yelled "hands, hands." Rather than simply backing away and taking cover, the officers then opened fire for several full seconds, firing dozens of rounds into the car. What is more significant is what's not seen in the video. You never hear an officer yell, "Drop the gun." When Anthony turns towards the officers and appears to raise his right arm slightly, when one officer was commanding him to raise his hands, you don't see the gun in his right hand. You certainly don't see him pointing the gun at the officers. In the moments after the shooting, not one officer mentioned that Anthony pointed a gun at them. Even when Anthony moans, "Why did you guys shoot?" Likewise, after the shooting, none of the officers used their police radio to report that Anthony threatened them with the gun before they opened fire. Instead, the officers' actions right after the shooting are much more consistent with them feeling guilty because they realize they just needlessly and recklessly shot a man who was doing nothing wrong. I'm telling you right now, this is a crazy, 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 crazy situation. And I hope that this man recovers and has a full recovery, because he gonna have to get ready for this lawsuit that he got on these officers, man. He gonna have to get ready. How do y'all feel about the situation? If that was your loved one, what would you do? What do you feel should happen to the officers? I'm not even gonna tell you at this point. I mean, with all this crazy stuff that's happening right now in the world, man, you know, this story was sent to me. It happened on December 31st, so we can't really get to everything, but we gonna cover what we can. But I'm telling you right now, man, he could have lost his life doing absolutely nothing wrong. He could have lost his life doing absolutely nothing wrong. Caring for his grandmother, not trying to wake her up. He just sitting in the driveway. He wasn't high. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't, he ain't no killer. He has his license to carry. That's not a crime, carrying. I carry every day. And you get shot. We gonna keep y'all updated on this case right here, man. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, these officers right here, they not heroes. These aren't heroes. These are cowards. They stupid officers. And whatever happens to them, I hope does happen. I hope they lose their job. You don't need to be a police officer. We shot this man for nothing. Honestly, if you ask me, this situation is not avoidable. It's not an avoidable situation. But hey, who am I, man? Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, man. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Peace. Until next time. Oh, you're still here? Well, since you're still here, I want to give you guys a special thanks for supporting the channel and to let you know that we appreciate you, because without you, we wouldn't have made it this far. I also want to remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit that notification bell, because it really helps us stay within the algorithm for YouTube. And don't forget to check out our Instagram page. Our Instagram page is used for when story updates come and we don't have to make a long video about it. You can just stay up to date on certain stories. From there, you can stay up to date on what we do and news that we cover and posts that we make. If you like the hoodies that I'm wearing, you can go to our website and purchase them. We got all sizes, up to 3XL, and we got plenty of colors for females and males. If you have a story that you want us to cover, go ahead and email us at visibletruthmedia@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram and we'll jump right on it. It's time to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. Peace.